Hello, it is Saturday, the first day of October 2016. Welcome to the Silver Charts channel, looking at multiple time frames. I've already went through the daily chart. You can watch yesterday's video to see that, but its overall biasness is very neutral. And as we're moving into October, it's an interesting month where I hear every single year, starting in 2008, that October is going to the month when it all boils down and the markets are just going to go wild. Stock market crashing, maybe the bond market's going to do it, and gold and silver doing that. And in 2008, it was correct. And historically, before in the past, it has done such as well, like the stock market crash of 29 and 1987. I'm sure there might be another one or two on top of those as well. And you're going to hear this information of it's going to happen soon all the time. Even the Brexit vote is going to happen, and that's going to be the start of the collapse. Greece is going through these cycles. Spain is going through that. The Eurozone. And then that's going to start the trigger for the collapse. And we hear today now that October surprise is going to occur. This is on the Alex Jones channel. And I guess it's in reference to Hillary Clinton and something that's going to shock the culture wave. And whenever these culture waves that are predicted within the year are going to occur, well, either the event doesn't occur or the shock doesn't occur. And you hear that over and over again is the dollar is going to collapse soon. And I did a search for when will the dollar collapse, and the result that I got is, by that logic, China's ascension to reserve currency is all but guaranteed. The IMF has promised a decision on the country's application for reserve currency status by the end of 2015. If China's successful, it's fairly possible we'll see a US dollar collapse in 2016. And note, this is dated 3 weeks ago. And if it's dated 3 weeks ago, then what was the IMF's decision? Was China successful? And I guess if they were, well, the dollar collapse is going to happen this year as a fairly possible event. Well, there's 92 days left. Is it going to happen on the final day? Well, according to this, I see CNN News, last warning to America, dollar will collapse 100% on December 31st, 2016, and you will often get searches of this sort of manner. Of course, you got September 27th here. That date has passed, and when you search for this type of stuff all through the summer, you only got dates of late September like this. You never got December 31st because it seems that these videos, the dates are being edited, or they're deleting and re-uploading videos with a new date. You often get times, well, something's going to start, like the dollar collapse starts September 30th. For myself, everything that matters to me is that I've read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. I've seen the movies, Hidden Secrets of Money and Money is Dead. And because of such, I know it's a matter of if and when. I know the quote from Thomas Jefferson about the banking system depriving the people within their banking system. I'm in understanding that the monetary base has been a gradual but sure enough increase from its start, and now the rate of ascent or pattern in which it's going higher has changed dramatically, and the rate and the amount of inflation is now sky high. And therefore, to me, it's a matter of when, not the if. And if you were to ask me, do you think the dollar's going to collapse today? I got one answer for you. No. Next week? 7 days from now? No. How about next month? Probably not. How about a year from now? I suppose it could, but I would think there's a better than 50% chance it won't. How about 10 years from now? Oh, there's a very, very high chance that it will, and if it doesn't, it's going to be soon after that. These are the types of things that's how I would answer those questions. Let's put it that way. As far as this weekly chart was looking on the morning of September the 30th, 9:19 a.m., which is when the top occurred for the day and the week, it was a very bullish setup when you see this type of period where it goes all the way down and comes back, gives back everything, or retreats everything that it lost, that's very bullish. And when you look at it now, well, that doesn't tell you the story of what happened on Friday, but you still get what's important to note, that you have the bull market that occurred in here. This correctionary phase was like 2.5 periods. And then 2.5 periods to break resistance. This correctionary phase, 2 within the band, and then 2 to break resistance. Here, 6 within the band, in which it has practically traded its entire duration of time with the exception of the breakouts 2 and 4 weeks ago. And when I see that it's taking longer and longer, it really does just make the sentiment of bullishness not as strong. But as long as this 18 average band doesn't flatten out, I can't even go on the neutral basis yet, but the fear of it going neutral, and then of course after that going bearish. And to go bearish, it's got to break this support, establish new support, find a resistance move, and then break below what would be probably around 17.5. That might happen, I don't know. When I expand this out to a monthly chart, well, this was an obvious bear market for many, many years. This is an epic correctionary phase. And that's why I'm confident that when the bull market resumes in this, it could be very explosive. And I'm really going on history on that because many of the previous ones in the 1970s, and then of course this millennium as well, have been large up moves. But with that being stated, and I don't got a Fibonacci line on here, it's 25.30. Sometimes my program does that. It just, even though it's on it, when I save the file, it deletes the line. I can't understand that part. Anyway, with that being said, if it breaks this resistance, that's the next target area. But what you're going to see now is one failed move one way or another. And it takes 2 charts to see it. Either the failed move is going to be this breakout. It will be a failed move if it doesn't get past 21 and then later breaks below 14, which would then set up a move to what will be 10 and change. You'll see why on the next chart. And if that isn't the failed move, meaning this is going to find support, hopefully within this band, then break 21, then you'd end up probably having that big bull market that I'll be talking about soon occurring. But if this is not a failed move, then something else will be for sure. And that will be, this would be a failed move. And that would result into probably a large breakout to the upside. For we can see here, breaking this level here takes you to the next down move. Is this correction going to be even more epic? Well, when you're in understanding of how the market's mechanisms move, then it shouldn't be that big of a surprise. But then I ask myself the question, are they able or able to do such? And I think they're probably able to do such, but I don't know if they're willing to do such. I don't think they're able to do it, I should say. And if they wanted to keep it down the entire time, then what was up with this large bull market occurring from 2003 to 2011? So if this is the failed breakdown, because this goes higher, it's probably going to result into significant gains. And to me, it's really that matter of when. And I think the way it's going to play out is there's going to be 2 sets of people panics getting into silver. The first one will probably occur at least close to the previous high of 50, if not as it's approaching 100. Might be a good time to sell. But then I think later after that, there would be the final panic to get in, or the final stages of the currency collapse. Because every time a fiat currency in history has collapsed, it has meant the prices of gold and silver going astronomically high. And when these things move, it is very normal that when they bring it down way cheaper than where it's supposed to. And when it goes to the upside, the same is true. So therefore, that will be the information that I'm going to be going over for today. And I'd like to thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great week coming up. Bye-bye.